It was a chilly November evening when Sarah moved into her new apartment on the outskirts of the city. The building was old, with creaky wooden floors and a history that stretched back over a century. Sarah, a writer, was enchanted by the place's charm and potential to inspire her work. However, she couldn't shake the feeling that she wasn't alone. On her first night, as she was unpacking, she heard faint whispers coming from the hallway. Thinking it was just her imagination, she ignored it and continued organizing her things. As the hours passed, the whispers grew louder and more distinct. Sarah could almost make out words, but they were in a language she couldn't understand. Determined to get to the bottom of the mystery, she asked her neighbors about the building's history. Most were reluctant to speak, but an elderly woman named Mrs. Thompson, who had lived there for decades, finally relented. "There's a story about this building," Mrs. Thompson began. "Many years ago, a young woman named Emily lived here. She was an artist, talented but troubled. One night, she disappeared without a trace. Some say she was driven mad by her work. Others believe something more sinister happened." Sarah, intrigued and slightly unnerved, decided to do some research. She found old newspaper articles about Emily's disappearance and the strange occurrences that followed. There were reports of residents hearing eerie sounds and seeing shadowy figures in the hallways. The more Sarah read, the more she felt connected to Emily, almost as if she could feel her presence. A week later, Sarah started experiencing vivid nightmares. She would wake up in the middle of the night, drenched in sweat, with the sensation that someone was watching her. One night, she woke to find a faint figure standing at the foot of her bed. The figure was a young woman, her eyes hollow and filled with sorrow. "Help me," the figure whispered before vanishing into thin air. Terrified, Sarah reached out to a paranormal investigator, hoping to uncover the truth about Emily's fate. The investigator, a man named John, brought equipment to measure any unusual activity. As they set up in Sarah's apartment, the air grew heavy with anticipation.